Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Margarita Amplo from MCA Consulting, where we help grow your business the modern way by providing you sales and marketing services. And welcome again to our video podcast series, Business Talk with Marg, where we invite experts to join us monthly to discuss topics that provide us with tips to help with specific challenges that the businesses are facing in today's environment. And today we have Tamara Burkett from Tamara Burkett Global LLC. Thanks for joining us, Tamara.
Thank you for having me, Margarita.
Great. So Tamara is known as a customer loyalty architect due to the measurable results that she's provided her clients. And she's also helped business owners on average to actually double their sales conversions in 3 months or less. And she's also a #1 bestseller author and consultant. Tamara is also a savvy relationship builder, and she appreciates the unique qualities of each person she encounters. So Tamara is also blends technology and relationship strategies to form follow-up processes for her clients to implement with ease. And she's helped many entrepreneurs and small businesses find the right technology to cultivate meaningful connections that actually convert. And she's going to share with us today how you can scale your business by using technology. And you are joining us today from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks so much for joining us again, Tamara.
Yeah, it's super hot outside right now, so it's so good to be in. It's
Great.
like high 90s already.
Wow. Well, I'm just, honored to be speaking with you today. You have an amazing background, and I want to learn a little bit more about your best-selling book, Brilliant Breakthroughs for a Small Business Owner. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So, Brilliant Breakthroughs for the Small Business Owner is actually a book series. And I was invited to be a co-author for the third book, for the third edition, and it's the Ruby Red book. I don't know if you can see it or not,
There you go.
but
Yep.
it's the Ruby Red, and in that book, of course, I talk about customer relationship management systems and the importance of it, and how it can really help to scale your business through building relationships with your customers and with your prospects.
Great. That's awesome. Well, I look forward to reading it. Definitely need to purchase that one. It seems and when was that published, Tamara?
That was published a couple years ago, actually. There are
Nice.
2 other editions that have come out since then, but I will definitely send you a copy.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Great.
Mhm.
Now, as a small business owner, I feel that a lot of us are innovative, but we're still behind the
Mhm.
corporate big companies, right?
Mhm.
So why is that? So what are your thoughts on that?
So it's really interesting because we have this, I think small business owners have this love-hate relationship with big business, in the sense that a lot of business owners or companies strive to become big as Amazon, as big as these Fortune 500 companies, and
Mhm.
yet they have, it seems as though they have unlimited resources. They have the manpower, they have the financial backing, they have all these things working for them. So for small business owners, a lot of times there's this feeling of catch up, for the sense that if we have limited resources, we may not be able to invest at the same magnitude as these companies. But yet, it's because we operate in this lean way, oftentimes we are able to innovate or listen to our customers
Mm-hmm.
and really understand and gain the insight, and so that we can adapt faster because we don't have a lot of the bureaucracy and the chain of commands that the bigger businesses have. But because they have the resources, it's like, well, once they catch wind of it, they can invest, right, much more
Mm-hmm.
quickly than we can.
Right.
So that's kind of like the disadvantage you may feel. But yeah, it's the small business that really has changed the dynamic in how we do business when it comes to how we infuse technology, or even being innovative with the products more so. I'll say that we're very innovative of taking something, we're very scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with being able to take something and really adapt it to our needs and have it work, right? And be
Right.
able to change up.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us some examples, I guess, of some things that you've worked on with clients?
Sure. So I would say, example, let's take CRM systems,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's take that and look at that for instance. So that a customer relationship management system was really birthed through the big business,
Mm-hmm.
right? They were the ones who were able to open in multiple locations, and they needed a way to really create this database of customer information to know who their customers are, who they're selling to create that hometown feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fast forward to today, what CRM systems have become, they're a lot different from what the traditional um, use or look of it was. It was really like a Rolodex, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now it's automated. Now it's, a lot of these systems have AI capabilities where they can really just vacuum in customer information. You
Mm-hmm.
may need to, plug in missing information, but the system will do that for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
System will find that information for you. There are a lot of systems out there that you can create automated follow-ups, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it'll remind you of when you need to follow up with people, right?
Right.
It's not so much that you have to do it manually. Now that AI aspect and that kind of like the feel of a system being more like an assistant
Mm-hmm.
than like just a storage place. Uh, that really came out of the need for small business owners who did not have the resources of an assistant that can do the data entry for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs, they don't have an assistant to do that, that means somebody has to do it. And nine times out
Right.
of 10, we don't have the time to do it.
Right.
So who
Yes.
else will do it?
Right.
But why not the computer? Why not the software?
Right. Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. And
Mhm.
and as a small business owner, how do we overcome, the lifestyle business bottleneck issues like you mentioned?
Yeah, so it's really interesting, and I think this is more so true for those who provide services.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We provide services to people, and a lot of times we end up working for ourselves or starting a business because we want more time freedom. We want more freedom to financial freedom
Mm-hmm.
and be able to juggle things as we need to and not have somebody tell us when we can run to the grocery store or pick up our kids from daycare, right?
Right.
So yeah, so we build this business and we become more relatable. It's about us. It's about our personality. It's everything about us.
Mm-hmm.
And when the demand gets high, then we're forced to expand. And a lot of times we want to expand, but that comes with a lot of additional business challenges when it comes to hiring, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where it comes to just delegating your work and finding someone who not only have the skills and understand and have the knowledge of your industry, but also have the personality and the character to serve your clients and your prospects how you serve them, right? And that takes,
Mm-hmm.
again, research, that takes a lot of time. And so I find that a lot of business owners, because they've been very particular about how they serve and how they market and all these things, they
Mhm.
find it very challenging to delegate that work or to allow other people to make decisions about their business, right? And
Mhm.
so they essentially become kind of like that that bottleneck, that stopgap that's preventing them from growing, because it's
Right.
the business is so much about them. And there's a huge challenge to overcome that and
Mhm.
create a business that, yeah, the essence of your values and how you work with people and the
Mhm.
quality of services that you deliver, absolutely work to achieve that, but also allow other people's flavor in to make decisions that you may not be a true expert in, right? You may
Mhm.
not be able
Right.
to see that it'll help your business. So
Mhm.
that's a lot of the struggle that we face as small business owners and entrepreneurs when growing and expanding the business.
Right. So when do you feel we should hire someone versus, utilizing technology?
That's a really good question. And just like any other consultant, the answer is it really varies. There's some key markers that you can kind of look for
Mhm.
or identify to determine whether it's time to put somebody or add somebody to the bus, right?
Mhm.
So one of the things is of course your budget, right? And it's not just do you have enough to hire somebody, but do you have enough to hire the type of person or candidate that you trust to make decisions for your business.
Mhm.
So you may have VA money, right, to
Mhm.
hire somebody, but in actuality, you need a business manager type money. So there's a gap, right, between
Yeah.
those two. And you're not always it's not common that you find somebody at a a wage that has the capability and is willing to take like a
Mhm.
VA wage, but is actually at a business manager level, right?
Right. Right.
So for that instance, that's when you really look to identify some technology that can help support you in those tasks, right?
Mhm.
And so look at it in that instance. Like I said, there's a lot of AI or machine learning type of capability
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
softwares,
Mhm.
and there are a lot of different groups that talk about updates and softwares. AppSumo is very common for a lot of like tech folks to either become have a members or just be on their email list, because they have a ton of software companies that will like test their technology and offer kind of like a really inexpensive lifetime package for some of the technology they have that you can test drive and see if it fits your needs. Um,
Perfect.
so a couple of softwares that you can look into that help streamline is of course a CRM system that can definitely help you with streamlining and just creating more efficiency with your emails too,
Mhm.
because that
Right.
can just be overloaded, right?
Mhm.
Another piece that will work well for people is what I call email marketing. Email marketing is separate from CRM. CRM is more sales. Email
Mhm.
marketing is more marketing, so it's emailing to the masses. You can get that and connect it to a scheduler. If you do social media, having a
Mhm.
scheduler would be great.
Right.
um, there's a system called Monday.com that has all types of it does any and everything, right? It's a marketer's or a tech person's dream, but it's
Mhm.
also really great for someone who's just starting out for project management and all those things, to keep all those things in line that'll help position you to hire somebody, right?
Right.
And you
Right.
can send tasks to them and tell them what needs to be done and all those things. You can build your processes and document in a project management
Mhm.
software. Again, makes it easier to onboard staff when you do have the funds to hire them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So So your job is to help your clients,
Mhm.
make good technical decisions, correct? And we could confide in you as far as like what type of tools are out there
Mhm.
and what's best for the organization. Again, depending on budget, depending
Mhm.
on, employees and all of that. So what's the best way for us to get a hold of you?
Sure. So I am on LinkedIn all the time. You can look me up through my name, Tamara Burkett.
Mhm.
So I'm there most of the time when it comes to social media. You can also take a look at my website. I offer a variety of services, and I look at technology as like a home. You're building a house, and a house is a good place where you organize all the things that you need to make your living comfortable. So technology is that home base for a business to make it to streamline it and allow it to be enjoyable for you and your contractors or anyone that you decide to hire on.
That's great. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time today, Tamara. I will definitely include your contact information and your link
Mhm.
below the recording here.
Mhm.
And really great tips that you've offered us, and I really appreciate it. And definitely check out her book as well. Um, we wanted again to thank everyone for joining us here, Business Talk with Marg. And next time we have a special guest, Melissa Tabot. She's the founder of Coffee Connect, and we'll actually be discussing networking in today's environment. Thanks again for joining us, everyone, and have a great rest of the week. I appreciate it. Thanks again, Tamara.
Thank you for having me.